This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to INCRadio New York. I know it's been a while since you've last seen my face, but I'm so glad to be back again to host today's episode. Brother Christian, if you're new, and today with me on is, of course, our Sister Abby, and our Brother Lance is also joining us here today. So today we're going to be talking a lot about what's happening this weekend, most especially. So I'm hoping you are interested and excited to talk about our Unity games. I know I'm excited to talk about Unity games. So as we will be holding this long-awaited Unity games that we always look forward to every single year, since we always have it every year. Some brethren have been participating for months to be on their own A game. So a lot of us have been doing our own practices and just practicing where we can, getting our reps in. So today, that's exactly what we're going to discuss and see what we're really excited about this upcoming Unity games, because this year it's a little bit different compared to what we've been doing the past years. So we're going to talk about how it's different and also how we're all preparing and learn some tips on what we should do in order to avoid any injuries for this coming weekend. I guess we don't have a question of the day, but we can give you a question to answer. Comment to us, what is your favorite sport and what sport you are looking forward to seeing this coming weekend? Comment on the live chat, and we'll also, read your comments throughout. Hi, Sister Abby. Let's start with you.
Well, hello, Brother Christian and Brother Lance. Happy Saturday to everyone. I guess to prompt the question, what's my favorite sport? For me, I guess as some of you know, like I play tennis, but unfortunately I haven't played in a long time, but that's my favorite sport to play. But I've been recruited to do other stuff, like bowling, which we're going to have this coming weekend or tomorrow, and volleyball, even though I'm not great at it, but it's always fun to have participate in these kind of activities or these kind of sports. How about you, Brother Lance? What is your favorite sport?
Hi, Brother Lance.
Hello, everybody. Good morning to everyone, and good afternoon and good evening to wherever you are in the parts of the world. For my favorite sports, we used to play basketball a lot. I guess nowadays volleyball has been more of a focus for the brethren, so that's kind of shift towards my sports area. Also, my knees are going bad, so I can't dribble as fast as they used to be.
You're too young, Brother Lance, for your knees to have trouble.
I don't know. Apparently, after you hit 28, it starts going downhill.
Yeah.
I'll give you something better. My back is hurting. I'm sorry, guys.
So all you young people, protect your back. That's the one thing when I was younger, I did not do, especially working in healthcare. When you lift patients or you lift heavy things, we tend to forget to protect our back. So, lift with your legs, get extra support. Don't think that you can, do everything in regards to lifting things. So protect your back. Your body will thank you when you get older.
Don't be Superman.
I guess, for me, what I'm excited to see is there's a new sport we're trying out, which is dodgeball. So I'm excited to see exactly how everyone is going to do in dodgeball. I sadly, I'm not participating in dodgeball. I just feel like it's a little bit too much way. Like I just never played it. So I wouldn't put myself in that situation, but I'm very excited to see other people try it out for the first time. And who knows if everyone plays if it's a good turnout, maybe we'll see about the next Unity game side.
Yes, it says Sister Cheyenne says, my favorite sport is volleyball. Always excited to play each year, but looking forward to watching dodgeball at this year's Unity games. Hashtag Woodbury. So yes, that's a new sport that we are gonna have this coming Unity games. Typically, right, we have like basketball and volleyball, so we're changing it up.
Right.
I played dodgeball when I was a kid.
I-
I just remember it being very aggressive,
Right.
and that's how I got the fear of being things thrown at me.
I've only played dodgeball when I was in maybe elementary school, middle school, and that's like physical education gym class. So it's like anything other than that, if it's like a competition, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of balls coming right at you. So
So I guess for those who don't know what dodgeball is, what is dodgeball? Like, how do you play dodgeball?
you dodge the ball. No?
Yeah, it's like I know it was a red rubber ball. I mean, when I was a kid, it seemed like a big ball, but I guess there's two teams, right? And then you throw, one team like has the ball, and then you throw it at the other team, and if you hit someone, then that person's out. And I guess whatever team it gets all their players hit out, right? They lose the game. So I
But
guess
here's the catch. If you throw the ball and the other team catches your ball, then you're out. So,
yes.
or like if I think you can use the ball to deflect the ball as long as the ball doesn't touch as long as the ball doesn't touch you in any way, I think I think that's how the mechanic goes. Like you're still able to play. So yeah.
Yeah, dodgeball.
Have you played dodgeball, Brother Lance?
I think we played. I remember playing it a lot in the gym when I was in elementary through middle school. I think, and I remember we used more of a foam ball rather than the rubber ball. I guess it's also for liability reasons.
Um, Sister Cheyenne also gave us a little bit of the mechanics. She said usually the balls are lined up in the center of the court. Both teams start at the end line and then run up to grab the ball and throw at their opponents. So that's a little bit of a mechanics. Thank you, Sister Cheyenne. But very interesting to see how people will play this weekend. Especially Monday's going to be a long day. So I guess moving on. What other sports are you most excited for this coming weekend besides besides dodgeball? For me, I'm definitely excited to see all the volleyball matches that's happening. Mainly because this year it is different because we are basketball is no longer it's not part of our sports this coming Unity games. So we do have a lot more of new players, new faces on the court for volleyball, and apparently there's a lot more teams this time. So there's going to be a lot more games between the locales. So I'm very excited to see these new teams and new players that are either just trying out volleyball for the very first time, or if there may be a seasoned experienced player coming back again to help them out. That's always a good thing to see. What about you, Ata? Or yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to again also see the volleyball matches and whatnot, because it's always, especially the finals, the last two, like playing the last game, it's always lively and it's always intense. And and seeing the new faces also participating, because sometimes those who like playing sports in general, they have to choose between basketball or volleyball, and sometimes you can't play both because the games are happening at the same time. So it'll be exciting to see new faces. It's time for me for volleyball, like to pass the torch on to the younger generation, have their time to play the sport, because I know, like, for my local, there's a lot more binhis that are participating, and it's great to see how they are playing in our practices. Some of them already have joined leagues, and they've been joining clinics to improve their game and learn how to like serve. Like, I'm still doing the underhand serve, but now they're all doing like the overhead serves. And it's like, oh wow, like they really are enjoying themselves and they like to participate, and it's great to see the youth of the church to participate in these kind of activities.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you know how many volleyball teams are actually playing this year?
I don't know actually. I know there is more. I've seen the schedule. What is the exact number, Brother Christian?
According to Sister Cheyenne, there are 19 volleyball teams.
Wow.
So we have a lot of teams. And I guess, playing from past Unity games and volleyball, it's always an exhausting day on Monday. But hearing this, I'm exhausting. I'm just exhausted just hearing it. But
What's nice this year, Brother Christian? I think they staggered the way that each team plays so that you can cheer on for the other. Like, let's say the women's team of your local congregation is playing at an earlier time, and the men's team is playing on a different time slot, so you can actually watch them this time, which is kind of nice because in the previous Unity games we had, it's always been back-to-back games, and it's very hard to like cheer on for your local congregation because oftentimes we're always like the men's team and the women's team is always playing at the same time on like different courts, and it gets very busy. But this year it's nice that they put it. I'm not sure if it's been shared yet but it has been shared with the officers and the players last night. The way they staggered the local congregations playing time so that we can really cheer on for one another, because not only it's the players that gets to play, but also the audience plays a big role in terms of helping the team to have the energy to play. Because if somebody's cheering you on, it's easier to play, and you get the energy, some sudden boost of energy, especially maybe if you're losing in points a little bit and you're kind of like losing hope in terms of winning, and then there's a sudden cheering from the audience that kind of boosts you up, and it helps the local congregation to catch up. Or if it's a winning team also, then it cheers them on to further play harder and better so that they can achieve the winning team or get to the trophy that they've been aspiring to. So it's a nice new change this year.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good to support our local and all the other brethren who are playing, because like I remember in the past there were times that our teams were playing at the same time, and it's you feel bad. Like, you run to one court, you cheer them on, then you run to the other court, you cheer them on. But just to feel like the support of your local or even other brethren from all other local congregations as players, it gives you that adrenaline rush, like what Brother Lance has been saying.
Sorry, just to clarify, it is a total of 19 teams, but there are 9 women's teams and 10 men's teams. So it's a lot more this year. So definitely, again, I'm really looking forward to just seeing all these new faces in each of the teams. I think even like the smaller locales have their own teams this year, which is great because, usually there's a lot more clusters and stuff and whatnot. But this time, smaller locales, like even my locale is we're our own team but somehow we made it work. So it's great to see that we got a lot more interest, more brethren who are interested in joining, and just even if it's their first time, they're really just stepping up and just trying something new. So which is really great to see. I guess we've touched up about it, but how are your teams preparing for this event, or practices? How are practices going in that sense?
For us, we've been practicing like every Sunday afternoon, and we've been doing drills, warm ups, fine tuning our skills. I think I don't know if this will. We have issues again. I think this is true for all teams, but we don't play regularly. We don't play like every week or every month. We just start playing with each other these past couple of weeks, and it's usually communication. Like people are afraid to call their ball, or like this is my ball, or they're hesitant to like dive. So it's just again working as a team, not as individuals. So hopefully we have the communication and we can work together so that we won't be missing those shots, and then we'll have good rallies with our opposing teams.
I think that also brings us to our follow-up question. What are some things we can do to prevent any injuries during these games? We said, there are a lot of new players and some of them don't really know the mechanics well. So just what do you guys think are some things that we could do to just prevent injuries? I think you kind of touched up on a few of them at the
Yeah, I mean, it's again warming up, getting a good night's rest the night before, keep well hydrated, do your electrolytes, eat a good breakfast, but again, not too much that you feel full, but you need to nourish your body. I know it's kind of a drive for some brethren, but kind of rest up, try to get there early or rest up before we start playing. We actually had a show end of March. So if you want to check out that episode where we had a physical therapist from Woodbury come on and talked about how to prevent like injuries or how to start working out, and he gave a lot of tips on that. So that'll be a great episode to rewatch. He even at that time he's like, we should start warming up or start working out right then to prepare for Unity games. So I hope everyone took his advice and like started like, exercising a little bit, also stretch, and know your limits. Don't push through the pain. If you feel like you're hurting yourself or it doesn't feel right when you're playing in the game, ask for a sub. It's better to protect your joints or protect your body instead of just like, fighting through it.
Right. As an athlete myself, knowing really, the importance of knowing your limit is so important. So especially for these upcoming Unity games, for everyone tuning in, if you're not feeling too good at the point of your game, ask for sub, like Sister Abby said, or tell your captain. Always communicate. You're there as a team. You're not there as an individual. So really communicate with your team and talk to each other about how you're feeling throughout, because it's just as important to let them know how you're feeling as well, and how the team is feeling overall. And of course, if you're new to playing these sports, try to refresh yourself with the rules and how things go in the court. There are some quick videos online that you can just simply look up and watch them for yourselves, or you can ask an expert who's more seasoned, more experienced, to tell you how to properly do things. Like for example, for volleyball, like, the most important thing, it's a very, very high contact sport. So if you're new and you're playing with experienced players, you're gonna end up clashing, and this happens a lot. So you're gonna end up crashing into each other. But the important thing in volleyball is really communication. So whether you're new or you're seasoned, just continue to call for the ball and just make sure everybody else on the court knows where you are at all times so you don't run into each other.
How about you, Brother Lance? How have you been preparing for Unity games?
Yeah. How have we been preparing? So we've been practicing with Syracuse since we're next to each other. we're an hour away from each other, so we've been practicing Saturdays and Sundays as much as possible. There's a local volleyball gym here, so they have there you can get a decent membership for a month. So we've been practicing since March, I believe, back to back on weekends. So there's still a lot of improvements to be made, but there's also new kids or new Binhis and new Kadivas playing. So it's nice to see them stepping up in terms of this activity. So Those are ways that we prepared. I mean, as much as possible, we're trying to prevent injuries also in terms of preparing by making sure we are physically active and also maintaining a good exercise and a good stretch also. Because it doesn't mean once you step on the court, you just play right away. As mentioned by Sister Abby, you want to warm up your muscles beforehand, so you can avoid as much injuries as possible. Because you don't want to have muscles locking up on you in the middle of the court.
Also, I don't think we mentioned it yet, but please bring the necessary gear that's right for the sport. So again, talking to someone who has played the sport and knows the sport well, like bringing the right shoes to the games. Sometimes running shoes is not the same for volleyball, by the way. So if you think a regular running shoes is okay enough on the court, no, because a lot of times you will roll your ankle. So
Yeah.
get good shoes with ankle supports, or if you need an ankle brace, something you can buy really quickly. Knee pads, of course, protect your knees. If you need elbow pads, get those elbow pads. I don't know what else for ball, dodgeball. Maybe the same thing.
Need a bubble wrap from dodgeball.
Wear a helmet. I don't know.
I'm sure the ball is soft enough for someone to take in. Just don't chuck it like you're chucking baseball though.
Right. But again, just knowing what the right gear to bring is also will help you in preventing, unforeseen injuries.
Mhm.
So I think that's it. Do you guys have any last minute greetings, shout outs you guys want to give before we move on to our upcoming activities in the district?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see everyone again. It's great to know that we have district activities coming up in the next coming weeks, and we can see more of the brethren and like catch up and, have fun with, the rest of the district. So I'm excited for that.
Okay, what about you, Brother Lance? Do you have any last minute greetings, shout outs you want to give?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, I guess, since we're on you, Brother Lance, you mind telling us a little bit more of the upcoming activities this coming?
Yeah, as we mentioned, there will be Unity Games this coming Sunday and Monday. It's both May 25 and 26. On Sunday, it will be bowling first. I believe it's close by to where the volleyball is. I can't remember the exact places. Then on Monday, which is the Memorial Day, it is holiday for everyone, so please come to attend this activity. I know we are all very excited, and there will be dodgeball and volleyball on that day, as we have mentioned before. So it will be very exciting. Then after that, the week following, for all the Kadiwa members, so those who are 18 years old and not married, or there will be a Kadiwa formal on June 1st, which is also Sunday at 5 p.m. It'll be in an aircraft carrier. What's the exact place, Sister MD? I don't remember the exact place. It's somewhere near England, it's somewhere in Connecticut, but it is a museum for aircraft. So it's also exciting, and there will be dinner also as part of the Kadiwa formal. So you can bring your special someone, or you can meet your special someone there. So either way, if you're single or you're ready to mingle, it's a good way to meet your friends, or if you want to meet new friends, and also if you want to meet your special someone, this is a good activity to attend to. So for all the Kadiwa members, these are not for Bini. Again, this is only for Kadiwa members only. So please attend the Kadiwa formal. It'll be an exciting event. It'll be from 5 to 8 from what I believe. And you can tour the museum. I can't remember the exact museum, but you can tour the museum where there are aircraft also, and it'll be nice to see what's happening there. And also there's
the venue name is New England Air Museum for everyone.
There we go. New England
Lands can't get it, but also admission is only free for the first 250 people who register. So please, if you haven't registered, make sure you get those registration forms to your local president so we can get a complete head count of everyone attending. Again, we do have it's a very exciting venue, so there's a lot of things for us to do and explore. The district Kadiwa has been working so tirelessly and so hard for everyone for this event, so it's definitely something you wouldn't want to miss. So back to you, Brother Lance.
Yes, There we go. As mentioned by Brother Christian. And after that, there will be a CBI Baccalaureate and Binhi dinner on June 29th. So for those who are graduating, whether it's elementary, it's high school, middle school, and colleges, these will be a great activity for you to be recognized also. We have been had this activity in the past years also. And it's a good way to see what the achievements of the brethren are, and also the achievements of those who are younger, and also to inspire the younger ones to continue aspiring for their goals in this life and to continue moving forward with their many goals that they have set. And that's pretty much it for all our activities. So we are excited for everyone to join us in these many activities, and we're also excited to see all the brethren now that it's springtime. Although it's still cold here in New York, I don't know why. But there is many activities coming up in our summer. Hopefully, the weather cooperates with us also, and we're excited to see everyone there.
Yes, and I think just as for greetings and shout outs on our YouTube live chat, I just see Cranston, Wyndham. I know Albany is in the chat. Woodbury, Forest Hill. Shout out to everyone there. Boston, Portland, Johnsonville, Long Island City, Woodside. Everyone is just commenting. And also, one of the comments is congratulations to our graduates of this year. And I know our very own sister Abby Hidalgo graduated. So congratulations, Abby.
Thanks. And congratulations to all those who are graduating.
Right.
Enjoy it. Take a break if you need to. Don't worry. Just enjoy the moment that you accomplished something that you worked towards for so long.
And I think that's about it.
Great. So I guess we'll close it out. That's all for our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the church administration for giving us a platform like this to share and speak about important topics like these. Don't forget to catch us again next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, or Saturday at 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time.
Saturday 11:30 a.m. and Sunday 11:30 p.m. Philippines.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and to our Christian Family Organization Coordinator and CBI President, Brother Angela Aranya Manalo. Also, greetings to our INC Radio Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, and our Executive Producer, Kuya Manly Andaya, especially to our District Minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omelda, of CFO Advisor, Brother Jason Flores, and District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Christopher Ornedo. That brings us to the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everyone. See you next week.